Hiya! Afternoon friends, how are you doing? Just noticed my collar sticking up. How it's a bit sticky, isn't it, today? Oh, yeah, it's a bit warm for me today. Oh, that's lovely. How nice. Right, okay. So, Imala, secret chapter tomorrow. Slightly exciting, isn't it? Basically, we have had oodles of emails. Hi Joe, hope you're doing really well. Sorry, I'm a bit shiny. It's so warm. We've had oodles of emails about certain stamps that, and we always said we'd only do one run of each, but so many people have asked for certain ones, so we have decided to do a rerun only of particular stamps. Now, I've had a few people message me about the tree with the book. It's not in stock yet, I'm sorry. I don't know if we're going to do a rerun. Hello, my wolf. How you doing? My big brother's watching. But we have some seriously exciting additions to your Imala collection. Now, of course, so we have the fabulous stamp collections. None of them are going to be brand new. We may have restocked some, and we have some classics in there as well. But we have new things. You may have seen that I posted about the most delicious brushes ever. The himi range. Now just look at the packaging they come in. How fab is that? Love! So they're the round brushes. Then you've got your chisel brushes, and I will be using these today as well. Absolutely gorgeous. Also, we have new paint palettes. This is a proper sneaky peek. They're not actually launched till tomorrow on the show. But we have brand new himi colour palettes. The first one I'd like to show you is the lilac. Absolutely stunning. Now let me open it. This is beautiful. Not only do you get the fabulous brush on the back, ready to go, watercolour paint. Now this can be your palette. This pushes out as well, so you can take this clean out, use it if you're on the go, but also use that as your own palette. So that's the lilac. And then, voila, we have the mint green as well. And don't forget you get your brush with that as well, and you get your colour wheel. Absolutely gorgeous. You're gonna love it. I know, it's seriously exciting. So that's tomorrow, but today is Art Journal Monday. Honestly, I've been blown away since we started in lockdown doing our art journals. People have completely astounded me. I can't believe how much inspiration that I have inspired you. It's so cool. Love, love, love. So, of course, look at our journals. Look how fab that is. If you've been doing with me step by step, you would have created a beautiful journal. Now, basically, we've been sticking with theme colours. This week is the first time, I think we're ready to move into a theme of the project rather than the colours. So the colour's going to be your choice, but the style will be mine. Hi Teresa, hope you're doing really well. So this is my base. All I've done, a little bit of book paper, a little bit of faux Hessian paper, and I've just done it ripped quite random and spread it across the 2 pages. This is going to be our base, okay? I haven't prepped this paper at all. This hasn't got any acrylic or any texture paste. It's purely as it starts. So, I'm going to start on the left-hand side first because it's the easiest stamping side, because obviously I've got the weight of the other side, but I will show you exactly as we go on. I'm also going to be using my delicious brand new Himis, and of course my amazing new brushes. You're going to love these. Look how tapered they are. Can you get that? Wow, they are pristine, aren't they? Okay, so I'm going to turn you around now so you can see exactly what I'm doing. All right, here we go. So over to my art journal. So like I said, I've just sort of ripped some different pages, added some different textures on there, and I've literally just gone over it, okay? So the stamp that I'm going to be using today is one of my all-time favourites. This is Bouquet. This is by Imala, of course, because it's so lovely. And we are going to be using this. It's a fabulous stamp. We're not going to be using the whole stamp, so I'm not going to be using my Eureka, and I want a lot of movement. So I'm actually using a large acrylic block. Now it doesn't fit completely, but it doesn't matter because you will soon see. So what we're going to do as well, I'm just looking for my low tape, which I believe is up here, which is slightly annoying. Right, I've cut some different shapes, rectangles. I'm going to be using this as my base, as my stencil. I'm just going to have a look in my trolley here and see if I have any new tape. If not, we shall have to improvise. Oh, isn't that annoying? I've got oodles of it in the other room. Just not here. Never mind, I will have to hold it in place. That will be fine. So I'm going to pick up that beautiful bouquet stamp, and I want to create an aperture of colour. Now, with the other piece of paper, you're going to be using that as a mask because we don't want the whole thing covered. But this is going to be our base shape that we're keeping, but then I'm just going to place this over the top because I don't want too much, especially coming down here. So I'm going to load it up with my VersaFine. Lovely, absolutely beautiful, and this just goes to show how adaptable. Now, I have had some most amazing messages recently saying that Imala has taught them, each person, how to be an artist, and that is my job done basically. How fabulous is that? And that's the beauty of Imala. We've done all the imagery hard work, so all you have to do is the colouring in, the enjoyment of creating beautiful projects. Okay, so you can see already I've started my frame there. I'm just going to offset that slightly, hold that away, like so, and then add some more. Now, I was a bit naughty, I haven't got any low tape, so I'm hoping that will stay in position. Now, as we rotate round, keeping that in that position, straight over the top. You can see I'm on my foam as well. This is my foam from my Eureka. It works an absolute dream. You can free and stamping. So you pick that up. Lush, lush. And also this makes a great bookmark after. So now we go back in that ink. And we're going to go up as far as we can. Now I may have to move this stamp right up to the edge. Otherwise I'm just going to miss too much detail. Let's have a look. Now you can see that I'm going to double stamp over that, so that this is where you just pick up your scrap and you just fill in the space. Beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to take this away. And I'm just going to, so again, move your stamp round till it's in the right position. Or not acetate if you do end up with inky fingers, but that's the beauty of it, isn't it? And I'm just going to position this piece just at the bottom here, like so. Now when we take this away, we've got a gorgeous frame ready to go, and we're going to paint that in just a second. But right now, I'm going to rotate this round. Now this was last week's. Open it up, and we are going to stamp this way now. Hopefully you can see where I am with this. You know, that's better, right? So that will go just like so. So I'm going to pick up that beautiful stamp, rotate again, maybe to a different side of the stamp that we didn't use before. Add that ink. Straight up to the margin in the middle. Obviously I do double pages, but you don't have to. If it doesn't work for you, don't do it. Just go straight with your traditional style of individual pages. Right, a bit more. There we go. So I can catch all of that bottom. There we go. Lush, lush. So I'm going to come round this way now. Basically just filling in edges with the stamp now. Let's have a look and take that bit out. just add a little bit of detail. Perfect. Right. So now I can open it back up and we can start painting. This is the exciting bit, isn't it? So I've got my beautiful new brushes. These are super lush, honestly. They may be an investment. I think they're about, I don't know, I know they're over £10, but you do get 5 each in a pack. So that works out like £2 a brush, which I think is really good value, because if you went into a craft store or a artist shop, you're looking at £3.25 a brush, especially if it's a really high-end brand, and these are beautiful, absolutely stunning. So I'm going to go for my chisel brush first. The reason why is because I want to get some colour on. So I'm looking at this beautiful wheel of colour. I'm thinking I'm going to first add a little bit of pink. Now this is beautiful. I've got a wet brush straight in there, and already look at how much colour that has lifted out already. Absolutely gorgeous. So now I'm just going to start looking at my project, and I'm going to start filling in a bit of colour of flower detail only. Okay, so a bit of water, get that colour going. You've got that palette, remember, both sides if you want to mix and change. And of course watercolour will also go perfectly onto pattern paper. Don't feel that it can only go on watercolour paper, because it doesn't at all. So I'm just adding in a little bit of colour, building up that frame of the floral. If you want to join it, you can. Now this is all gone, this is gone, this is pink. Now we'll come back and do some more on that side in just a second. But now I'm going to go over. You may have noticed, I'm a bit of a stickler for this, is I tend to do one colour at a time. It's really weird, I don't know why. I think it saves having to clean my brush out. I think that is the key. So then we are just going around looking to see where that flower detail. Now this will work with any floral stamp. Obviously I'm highlighting my own brand, Imala, because I love it, and it is just very, very unique and different to any other brand, I think, on the market. Also, we give you a lot of shading in there as well, so if you're not a fan of putting the shade work in yourself, it's very simple to follow the curves and the darker areas, like the build up of the lines, for instance. So it's very, very simple to be able to follow that, to create that beautiful floral. Now this time I'm going in a tad of the darker pink, which sits right next to the other pink, but I'm blending the two together. So now I'm going to start putting in more colour detail on those lines that are there for you already. Now this is not pre-treated journal paper, this is completely straight from the pack. So, you know, remember as well, whatever colour you put on paper, especially with watercolour, it will always dry at least 3 shades lighter. So, you know, you can be, it gives you a bit of a license to be a bit more heavy with your colour, I think, because it will always dry up lighter. Okay. Again, I'm just doing that deeper colour back in now. And just follow the lines of the colour that we have. So now this side, coming back to some of the areas can be darker than others. So just look at the flower and see what it needs and where it needs it. So So now I'm going to use my little tiny round brush, this one here, absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to go into like a purpley lilac. Now if you want to mix it, remember you can mix it in your palette, which is right here. So I'm just going to mix a bit in the palette now. Can you see that okay? So I've got that really deep magenta, and I'm just going to pick up that very light pastel pink with it to create more colour tone. So now I'm just adding them two colours together. And so you can very easily start to build up that colour. And just making sure you've got the right detail that you want in. Let's have a look here, just a little tab there. Making sure that all them colours are done. A bit more here. This one is on the very tippy end. There we go. See how fine that is? It almost just dances around. Absolutely brilliant. Okay. So that is the beginning of my florals. So now I'm going to use another beautiful round brush, but this time I'm going in green. So I've got that very base green, it's a lighter green, and I'm just going to pick up a tad of white and add that in as well, because I'll start off with your lightest colour. I'm going to go in, just adding bits of detail to this green now. Okay, I'm using my palette. I'm just starting to lay them up some colour. There we go. Don't worry, with watercolour, you know, you can go back, you can add more. It's completely up to you. So if you want to start off lighter and then eventually build up to bigger colours, that can happen too. Don't feel that you have to go straight ahead. Now I'm also just adding a little bit of extra colour around those edges now. Just filling it in to tie it all together. I can see I've missed a leaf here, so I'm just going to add that in. Now I'm going to go into my light green again, pick up that darker green, so it's just a sort of layer down. So it's a shade darker. And I'm just going back into the same leaves that I was colouring before. And just see them darker lines. These are the darker lines that we suggest that you use your shading. So it's perfect because as you go in with your darker green, you've got that base green all ready to go. So you are simply pulling out the detail. Very simple. Hopefully you can see where I am with that. I'll just move that round. Just mixing in green tones now to create layers. I'm going to go right into the dark green now. And I'm going to again build that colour so it's creating a frame. Side. And we're just going to add some colour, that green. Beautiful. Oh, I hope you're keeping cool today. It's really stuffy here today. So I think I may have to go out in a little while, get some air. It's just that sort of day, isn't it? Now, if you do make a mistake, is there ever mistakes? I don't think so. But if you do make a mistake and you're really, really unhappy with it, either take a piece of tissue or a tumble dryer sheet and just pick up the colour and blot it away. That's what you can do while it's quite wet. Failing that, you can always go back in and multiple layer the colour over the top. So once it's dry, you can go back in and chase that colour out. Okay. Talking to my work again, as usual. So again, just adding that fine detail, go in with the wash of green and just fill that page. I'm just going to add a little bit of green, fading away into nothing, just on these edges. So it's quite a transparent liquid, lots and lots of water with it, but what that does is it just starts framing things. It's just almost like a background wash. So we're just filling in those spaces with that wash. So now I'm going to go back in with my chisel brush with that pink, and I'm just going to start filling in some more detail. Around the edges, we've got some spots there. Just making sure that colour is good. I'm just going to go in with a wet brush now and add more and blend. Take this side, see how anything's blend away, adding that water just to blend some of the detail in the colour. Go back in with just a wet brush now. So I've just wet that, and now I'm going to pick up some colour and just trace that colour through the water. And then water again. Exactly the same. The other side, use that water to blend the colours out. And go back in and colours and just blend. Right, so now I'm just going to wet my palette, and I'm going to take a very fine brush now and pick up a little tad of grey, put that onto my palette. Okay. And I'm going to add some white to this. Now I'm just going to go back in. Almost a silhouette and colours. Geometry, if you like. What the grey does is it's one of them colours that it just almost creates perfect shading straight away. It defines your detail of your projects. And just adding that halo just pulls it away from the background very easily. just, it's quite transparent, so it's quite watery. You don't want too much. It doesn't have to be a solid line. It's more of just like a little shadow behind, so you can just blend it out. And as it goes, it will naturally blend to the other colours surrounding it. I'm going to take that grey again, make it a really transparent wash now. And I'm just going to add it and bring that aperture colour that we put in. Bring it a little bit in that space. And as you can see, as it dries, it will just blend them colours beautifully. And it's just a little, and you can just use your brushes. Right, I'm going to dry this off. Let's have a look. Right, so now I'm going to take my little yellow brush. Also, I'm going to go right back into that magenta. Now this is quite a cerise magenta, so it's quite vibrant. And I want it quite a dry mix. I don't want it too wet because I want to keep the pigment colour that it is. So you can add that detail on there like so. Just building up all of these little spots, bubbles, flicks that are on the stamp, and I'm just giving them that detail. Now also tomorrow, I believe, on the Imala show, we also have some 3D beautiful texture paste. So if you've seen me do any of the texture paste before, I know that we used it. Let's have a look. This one. So this is a texture paste that goes through the book with your stencils. Absolutely lush. This now I'm just going to make a quick, really fluffy wash in here of the grey and the magenta. A little bit of flicking, not too much. A little bit over the top. Get that off. once it's dry, and you can accentuate them spots to have a halo around them. Just add water and then blend it away. It just makes it look more pretty, I think. So right, now our final piece, which is, I'm just going to grab a pen. A fine liner pen works beautiful. If you haven't got one, a good old-fashioned biro works a dream. So I'm just going to go round that space that we left free, around. Then what I'm going to do is go round but off east, shall we say. So basically you're following the line, but you're just doodling it, letting it flow round as you go. Exactly the same on the opposing side. So we go round, pretty freehand. Obviously you can do it much slower and controlled if you prefer. Kind of like just going with it and seeing where it takes me. There we go, my friends. Art journal. How are we doing, everyone? You okay? Oh, thanks, Penny. That's so lovely. So there we go. Framed floral apertures. So now you can journal or put photos in. Or do what you like, really. It's a great technique, and I hope you really enjoyed spending your time with me. Can't wait to try this, Joe. Go do it now. Go do it now. I will be taking photos. What's this? Oh, sorry, we cut out then. I will be taking photos and posting them today. So please feel free to have a look. I don't know why. Sorry about that. Such an original idea. Thank you, Astrid. Don't forget, join me tomorrow. Imala. Secret restock. Secret chapter, so exciting, at midday UK time. I will be on your telly box. Don't forget to join me. It's going to be an absolute amazing show. Can't wait to show you how many techniques I can squash in 45 minutes. So friends, I will see you then. Thank you so much for choosing to spend some time with me this afternoon, and go try it now. Go make this. You can make this. Do it. I'll speak to you soon. Take care, my friends. Look after yourself and each other. See you later. Bye.